What's going on, everybody? Please like and subscribe, and if you feel like being extra generous, I have a little Patreon going on. Just hit the link below and it'll take you to it. With that said, check this out, guys. We're gonna go ahead and tune this thing up here for you guys that just got your Z9F. If you're familiar with my custom settings, they're the same as they were before. We're going to do something just a little bit different this time around. We're going to go into the custom for Pro 1. As you see, the picture just darkened up a little bit. And we're going to basically go in here and do a little adjustments as well to get you guys started. Now, of course, the first thing you're going to do, if you have your TV set, you're going to go into your settings. And you're going to go into your, I believe it's watching TV. Let's see if I'm correct. I'm kind of doing this off the cuff right now. So go into external inputs, and you're going to go into your HDMI signal format. Once you go into that, you want to make sure all of these are in enhanced format all over the board. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All of them are enhanced. Then what you do is you go out. If I'm going too fast, press pause. And once you go out, you're going to go into your display and sound. Picture. Once you're in the picture, now I have the firmware that is for the Z9G or the Z8H firmware, or the 950H firmware is what I have. So if your picture looks a little different from mine, that's the reason it does. Let me straighten the camera just a little bit, make sure you're getting the whole shebang here. There we go. There. And we're in Custom Pro 1. Now what you want to do is just make sure it's set up pretty much like it is. Netflix off, calibrating mode off. Light sensor, make sure that's off, especially for your new TV buyers that just got the Z9F. You want to go into your brightness. And I usually leave these alone pretty much. The 35, I usually like we're sitting, let me go back in here. We're sitting pretty, at the 35 on the brightness. The brightness, the color, is usually pretty good right out the bat. So I don't usually have to mess with any of that. You want to, now this is one thing you want to make sure you're in the Expert 1 temperature control. Excuse me. Expert 1. That will give you the closest to the artist intent when watching anything, basically. So that's where you want to leave it at. Now with this, since we're in the second mode of custom, Pro 1, if you want, you can mess with the live color a little bit. Since we're going to do a customized setting for Pro 1, and we're gonna juice it up just a little bit. I'm gonna put that on medium live color, and what we'll do is go into clarity after that. Now keep in mind, if you have not seen my custom settings, go to the custom settings on my other YouTube videos and check those out, and then come to this one. This is basically after you do your custom settings. This is the Custom Pro 1, and I make them quite a bit different one from the other, because what's the point of having two custom settings the same, right? So I'm going to go into the clarity, and we got the sharpness, and I usually like to leave that at 50, leave that alone. The reality creation, we're going to leave that manual, and I'm going to bump that up. Whoop, come on here. I'm just getting used to this doggone menu myself here, the way it works, the new Z8H or the 950H menu here. I usually put that at around 60. So I'll soften it up compared to the other one. I think the other one's 65 in the custom. And the reality creation, that was sharpness. My bad, guys. Put that back at 50 if you have sharpness. Hopefully I'm not confusing everybody here. Sharpness at 50, leave that alone. It's the reality creation I thought I was in. And you want to put it on manual and then go to 60. Now, if you want to soften it up, as a matter of fact, since I have it close to 60 in the other setting, we're going to soften it up just a little bit. We're going to put it around 50. Okay? So resolution is 50 on that. And hold on, let me go back to the... Hold on, leave it right there. I'm going to let that go just a little bit, because what it will do is it'll cut off on me right in the middle of the video here. So let me get back into settings and get to where you guys are at. Stay put. Okay, get to the picture. All right, now we're basically in the clarity, correct? Yeah. So we're at the reality creation. of 50. Random noise off. You want to put these on. Like I said, we're going to make this a little bit different. We're going to put them on low. Digital noise low. And the smooth gradation we're going to leave on medium. Okay? Then we're going to go to the motion. Motion's next. Once you're in motion, hold on. Video signal. And you want to leave that on auto, the color space. You don't want to mess with that, okay? Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm mixing myself up. This new menu, like I said, I'm just getting used to it myself. I'm back into the motion. Leave the video signal thing alone. Go back into the motion, and you'll go into motion flow. And right now, everything's on minimum. So I usually leave it at 3. No, excuse me, on 1, and clearness on minimum. But you could choose to do what you want to on that. I like the way it's just smooth as butter with the setting right here. Just love it. And I keep going on the picture mode on this. Go back into motion again. My bad, guys. And then that's pretty much it for the motion setting. Motion flow. Oh, cinema motion. You want to leave that on auto. So that pretty much stays the same as my other TV, the other custom setting rather, and everything else is pretty much the same here. Advanced color temperature, and then what you want to do is when you go into advanced, I put -2 for the R gain, and then -2 for the B gain in advanced color temperature. That kind of cools it down just a little bit from the Expert 1. Some people don't like it because it's really yellow on the Expert 1, so it's perceived yellow because you're so used to looking at blue that when your eyes switch to the Expert 1, it seems awfully yellow. But your eyes will adjust if you just give it time. Okay, we're going to go back out of here. And that's pretty much it. You don't mess with the advanced color temperature multi-point or any of the other settings that are in there, the per color adjustment. Now, they're pretty close to what I had as I'm looking at these settings. It's pretty close to what I already had, it looks like. So most of the time when you're looking at Netflix, for instance, which this is, something's always really dark or really like crappy looking, or it looks just really good. So if you were setting the TV up for something that was really dark, you would actually go into your brightness here, maybe brighten it up just a hair, about 35 to 40. And then go into your contrast and go ahead and just turn that at full blast to max to get the maximum contrast for yourself. By the way, I was looking at this, and you want to do the gamma as well. If you're looking at a picture that is not that bright, you want to take the gamma up to 0. They have it on -2 here for this custom setting, but you want to put it at 0. And this is an HDR, so you want to put the brightness all the way to max on HDR. So that's what you want to do basically on the custom 1 setting to readjust it to make it look more appetizing. You could distance the setting from custom 1 to custom to Pro 1 to custom to your liking. This is basically my liking. Black level, I want to leave that alone at 50. If you have black bars, you'd want to turn that to 49. Black adjust, you want to turn that either on or off. Since we're going to do a custom setting, go ahead and just put the black adjust to on, low, medium, high. You can see it just darken the hair up. It really will crush the blacks if you're not careful. So you can get away with low, since this is a custom Pro 1 setting, and the other one was on off. Advanced contrast enhancer, you want to go ahead and turn that on, since we're doing a completely different setting from the reference, and put it on high. Then extend dynamic range, high as well, and you see it just popped really crazy right there. So auto locking dimming, of course, I always like to leave it on high no matter what. So I'm kind of bouncing around here, guys. Please try to keep up. I understand this is not really the way I do things because I'm not really used to this menu myself. But this will give you a little sneak peek on how to adjust your set way differently than the actual, my custom settings, original reference settings. This kind of gives it a little bit more lively punch, a little more using the features of the TV set, and I'll give you just a little example on how to adjust your TV set. And like I said, this is an example. It's not a reference setting or anything like that. This is basically a fun setting within the Pro 1 custom settings. And if you're not familiar, you don't have the Pro 1 on your TV set, then you'll have to go back to some of my previous videos. Also, if you don't have custom settings already in there, go back to your my custom settings as well on my videos. And please like and subscribe. And like I said, I have a Patreon. If you feel generous, throw a little something in there for me. You guys have a good one.